Hey guys, how's it going? It is going to be a great day in the garden today. I have a little bit of a garden project to do today. I've actually got two minor garden projects to do today, and so I'm very excited to get both of these done. These are things that I've been wanting to do for a while. I just hadn't done them. So we're going to do a little bit of painting today. I'm sure you guys could tell by the thumbnail, and I'm going to hang up my garden mirror that I have also. So I picked up a mirror from a thrift store like a couple months ago at this point, maybe 2 months ago at this point. It was around Christmas time. And I got it for like 20 bucks. Steal on this mirror. And I'm very excited to get it hung up. I think it's going to be so gorgeous. I think I've got the perfect spot for it. We're just going to be working in like one area today where I'm going to hang it. I'm also going to be painting. I've got some lattice that I want to get painted today. I'm climbing up an Eden climber rose over it, and I never painted them when I put it up. And so today's the day that we're gonna get them painted, and it's going to just drastically change the look of it. So I'm very excited to get them painted. Let me show you guys the mirror and the paint color that we're doing. All right, so this is the mirror that we're gonna get hung up. It's just a plastic mirror, and it's like a ceramic or something like that. And then it's got like this like coating on the outside, but it's like all chipped up. So I'm not worried about it being outside and it becoming worse, because it's going to be an outside mirror. And so I picked that one up for 20 bucks. Thought that was a killer deal on it. And then I've got my paint color. This is called Soft Pelican. It's by Valspar. And I chose the exterior paint. I think I chose semi-gloss. Semi-gloss and Soft Pelican. And it's this color, which is the color of this bench. So it's kind of a like creamy white color. It's not white, but it's not like overly creamy or anything like that. It's just very subtle, and it's a very soft color, and I thought it would be so perfect for these trellises. So on the side of my shed here, these are the 3 trellises that I have, and I'm just now realizing that they are sopping wet, and we're gonna paint sopping wet wood, and we're gonna see how that goes. Probably a terrible decision, but you win some, you lose some. So I'm gonna take these 3 off, and we're gonna paint them. And I think it's gonna be a very just like nice soft color. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty for the roses. So it'll be this like soft, creamy white color, and then it's going to be the bright white color. And then I wanna hang the mirror up kind of right back here. Actually, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll hang it up here, kind of like tucked behind the birch trees. I think that would be really pretty. But I definitely know I want the mirror to go on this fence right around here. All right, so we're going to take these off. I'm gonna lay them in the sun-ish. We don't have much sun right now. I'm gonna lay them in the sun, let them just dry out for like half hour, and then I will get to painting those. I figure I could get some of the moisture out of them by laying them in the sun. I love that. I love having a little mirror back here. I think that's so sweet. So I wish I could have gone a little bit higher, but because of the trim we have on our fence, I couldn't. But I still think that that looks really good. And then I'm thinking now, what if I planted some creeping fig and had creeping fig growing along the fence right there? I think that that would be so perfect. It would make it so this whole wall is green, and then there's like a little portal back to who knows what, back to our house. Okay, we moved the mirror. I decided that I needed it to be up a little higher. You were getting like a chest shot and not a head shot. So now when you walk up to the mirror, that looks way more appropriate. So we brought it up a little bit higher, put the screw and the little eyelet back there on the top piece. And then we put 2 screws down below, and that kind of brought it out a little bit because we had to account for the trim, how thick that was. When we didn't have the screws back behind the mirror here, it was flat, and so it just kind of angled down a little bit, and that's not the look we wanted. So now it's at a more appropriate height, and I think getting this full of creeping fig will be so perfect. I'm gonna keep an eye on it just to see about like sunlight and how things hit. And we may end up needing to move it. We might not. So this is just one of the things that we're going to kind of keep an eye on. I know that this whole area is definitely a more shaded area because I have the trees up above. So once this fills out, this will be full shade. And then once the willow tree, which is behind me, which, can you see in the mirror? You can see the branches right there. That will be full shade back here. So this area really is a full shade. I've got all these like heuchera and tiarella and things like that back here. So I'm not going to be too worried about it, but I am going to definitely keep an eye on it. And that's something that you should do anytime you add a new mirror to the garden. All right, now we're going to go get those trellises painted, let those dry, and then we can hang them back up. And I think it's going to really help just transform the space. So this is the paint spray that we're going to use. This is the Home Right Finish Max Super. And we've had this thing for a very, very long time. It's got a million colors on it, and it has lived a rough life. So all you do is fill it up with your paint, and then you add just a little tiny bit of water in there, just a splash of water, and help dilute it a little bit. And then you just get to spraying, and it takes no time. And then what I do is anywhere that there's like runs or anything like that, I just go through with a little cheap chip brush and kind of get those, or anywhere that there's like cracks or anything like that, I'll just go in and I just fill those in. So very straightforward, very easy, and it usually only takes a couple minutes. And for things like this, I'll usually do maybe 1 coat, and then I'll go back and I'll just hit anywhere that needs to be a quick little touch up. So let's get to painting. Okay, the first one is done. It took me 3 minutes to get it painted. Very easy. I could not imagine doing that with a brush. That probably would have taken at least an hour to do one of them with a brush. So I'm gonna get the other 2 done, and I guess we'll be done in about 6 minutes. I didn't think it through. So my plan now is I'm gonna just kind of stack this one on top of this one, and I'm gonna paint them so that way all of the overflow spray just goes down to this one and just doesn't waste as much paint, because spraying does waste a ton of paint, just so you're warned. We've leaned them up to dry, and they're totally dry now, and they look so good. I am loving this color. It's a very just soft beige color. It's not like stark white. I mean, there's a very slight difference, but I do think that it looks really, really nice. So loving this color. Let's get these guys all screwed up now. Brent says I shouldn't say all screwed up. Let's get them reattached. easy project for the day. Those look so much better now. They're just more subtle and they're just very soft. And I think it's going to be way more beautiful to have this rose growing over it now, and I don't have to worry about them fading or starting to deteriorate, which is what they were starting to do. And so that should pretty much stop that process. But that's going to look so beautiful. And now the rose itself can just shine on the shed, and then the mirror on the fence looks good. Very happy with that. Brent's going to go on the other side and he's going to screw it in. So that way, like we have an alley back there, and so that way nobody can just reach over and grab the mirror. He'll screw it in from the back. So that way it's attached directly to the fence and it won't just like fall off or anything. But I'm very happy with it. I think that looks pretty good. Kind of nice little level. And I don't know, once I plant a creeping fig down here and have that like take over the fence, I think that that'll be really, really nice, and it'll just be like a wall of green, and that'll help with the hard water because I'll have the plants there instead. So I guess that is going to be it. That looks great. I like that it's just a very subtle difference. I didn't want to do like stark white. I also didn't want to do green because I didn't want it to just like draw attention to it. I wanted it to be kind of a subtle piece in the garden, and I think I like it. I think it all looks pretty good. So thank you guys for visiting our garden. Easy day. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.